from the crowd. Now she's Panthers on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on a deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 203 of Phired Sports. Check us out at phiredsports.com. I'm Mike Loto. Joining me as always, Mark Ramos. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just same old here. Watching these Bills. And get ready for football season, too. So
that is true. We're getting closer and closer. And we are back this week. Obviously, we missed last week. I was on vacation. And Dom, who knows? Dom's always up to something. He's a busy guy.
Sniffles.
He will hop on at some point with us tonight. He's running a little behind, so he will make it tonight, hopefully, unless something crazy happens. But we'll hear from Dom in a little bit. And we're just kind of, obviously last week, we missed the show, and that was kind of fresh off the Johan Duran and Harrison Bader moves. And now we're sitting here watching the Phillies get pummeled. It was 6-0 right now to the Reds? Yeah, 6-0. I think the game just started back up, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens here. But they've been playing some good baseball as of late. Obviously tonight's kind of the outlier, but they've been playing really well. I have really no complaints right now, and maybe that'll come. But right now, I'm feeling good.
Yeah. It feels like the moves, the deadline kind of gave them a little bit of a boost, especially with Duran coming in and with all that fanfare and the show, coming in. He's been as advertised so far.
It's been great.
And even Bader. I mean, Bader's had a moment here and there. I mean, even a slight upgrade in the outfield, I think, has been the difference has been noticeable so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the sexy name that everybody kind of wanted them to go after at the deadline. Everybody heard Harrison Bader like doesn't really move the needle, but at the same time, like, it's kind of the low risk. I'm not gonna say high reward because I think everybody knows who Harrison Bader is, but kind of a low risk, medium reward. Somebody who I think he's an upgrade, maybe marginal, but I think he's an upgrade to a Marsh. And somebody who it's weird in playoffs. Whenever the playoffs happen, there's always a guy who you're not expecting to have big moments. They're hoping Harrison Bader's that guy, and he very well could be. But it's just a move that's it's not a super sexy move, but it's just he's kind of a reliable guy to have back there. He hits well. He plays a decent outfield. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think too. I wonder if the Phillies had kind of had some groundwork laid out there. I mean, they were talking to the Twins anyway, obviously, and I wonder if there was, maybe some viewings there, maybe sending a pro scout out here and there to Minnesota games, and they're like, oh, maybe you should take a look at that Bader too, and that kind of thing. There is though. Every October, there's always a couple unsung heroes in baseball. And, why not Harrison Bader?
Right. So. Absolutely. But obviously the big thing is, kind of a name that I don't think people expect them to really get until obviously, leading up to the day that it happened. But Johan Duran, I mean, just confidence, just a quiet confidence, because he doesn't strike me as a guy who's super outspoken, super cocky, but he shows up, gets to work, gets the job done, and is out. That's it. Yeah. Just calm confidence.
Yeah. Calm and quiet confidence is a good way, I think, to look at it. And when you throw that hard, I mean, it's probably hard not to be confident, in your you come in the game.
Yeah. And throwing hard's one thing, right? We've obviously seen Alvarado can pump it up there at 100, 101. But when Alvarado is slightly off and he's wild, he's all over the place. It just seems like Duran knows where he's putting that ball. He puts it exactly where he wants it.
Yeah.
And obviously things can still happen. It's very new in this relationship, right, with Duran. So we'll see how it plays out. But right now, I mean, he's as advertised.
Yeah, and it reminds me so much of the obviously, like you said, it is early, right? So I'm not jumping ahead here, but when I say this, but like everything coming into the game and the fanfare and the big show and the music and all that and the tarantula spider on the screen
Yeah.
and all, which is super cool.
Yep.
Um, a lot of it reminds me of like watching Mariano with the Yankees in the early 2000s and late 90s, like that being my era.
Hell
You
of a
know?
comparison.
Yeah, and, like yeah, like I'm not trying to say, Mariano's one of the all time,
Right.
you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
But I mean, in the sense that like it can be an intimidating. Remember, like I mean, when Mariano Rivera came in the games, it was like you knew you were going to get those cutters. And they were
Yeah.
going to be in on your hands, and like you just couldn't do anything with them. And they were going to be strikes. You know what I mean? And like, um, and it was just like that inevitability that like instead of hey like here we go boys kind of we can get back in this game kind of feel, it's like the lights go down, the spider goes up on the screen and you're like you're in the visiting team dugout and you're just kind of like oh man,
A miserable 3 outs.
yeah, this is he's gonna put us
Yeah.
out. And I do think I think that's a thing, I think that exists, you know
Oh,
what I
for
mean.
sure. Yeah.
And that even sometimes uh, the the big pomp and circumstance that comes with him when he enters a game, it can really throw guys off, you know. And then you get in the box and he throws like he does, and I mean he's touching 106. I think I saw like at one point he could touch
Yeah.
106. I mean that's just
That's stupid.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he throws a split. I think right. He throws a splitter that's like
Yeah. Like
that's insane.
a splitter over 100's nuts.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean it is crazy, and like we talked about it leading up to the deadline of like the guy, there's nobody in the bullpen that gives you confidence late in games to close one out. I have that confidence now. Like if they're up a run or two heading into the ninth inning, I can breathe.
yeah, yeah, and that's that for me. I know, like going back and on previous shows, that was a big deal for me coming into this deadline was to address that,
Yep.
and you know, to have like a no doubt kind of hey, we're slamming the door shut on this. Um, they needed that, and it gives everybody confidence, right? Like it gives
Sure.
everybody confidence that like if you're in the if you're home and it's the bottom of the eighth and you're protecting like a 1 run lead or something like that, maybe you don't have the best at bat to, then you don't really harp on that because Duran's coming in and he's gonna give everybody confidence. He'll give the bullpen there. He'll give the rest of that bullpen, I think, confidence,
Oh,
knowing that
sure.
you know what I mean. Like let's just get to these late inning situations and Duran will carry us home. And I think that's a really good thing for a team that's kind of where the Phillies are. And I think they got a jolt from that, right out of the deadline.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you see Robertson, his first action yesterday. Didn't look great, didn't look bad. Took care of business, got in a little bit of a jam, but got out of it. And obviously, the more innings he's going to have, maybe he gets more confidence and gets more into the swing of things. And it sounds like Alvarado's close to returning, I guess, for the remainder of the regular season. So down the stretch, their bullpen should be pretty solid.
Right.
And
Yeah.
obviously, you lose Alvarado in the playoffs, but still, like down the stretch in the playoff run, they're at this point, like I know there's still a lot of time left, but it's the division. The division's theirs to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this point, they'd have to. I think even if they were to finish 500 the rest of the way, the Mets would have to play
Like 29-15 or something like that.
Yeah, they'd have to
Yeah.
play at a pretty torrid pace to
Yeah.
catch the Phillies. And another thing is too, Mike. We should say, like, I really kind of like. I think they've been throwing Pickering out there as like a deep anyway, and that's kind of
Hold on, what? Something happened to your audio.
oh
Oh, you're back. You're back now. You're back
Okay.
now. It cut out. You sounded like you were underwater. You were robotic. I don't know what was going on.
oh no
I hear you now. You're good now.
okay
Sorry. Go ahead.
no you're good. I like that they've been kind of testing out here Kirkering in the eighth inning guy role, and they've kind of in some games, in some close games, they've gone Kirkering and then Duran to finish it, and I would feel, if that can continue, you know,
Yeah,
that would be great.
I still don't know. I still don't know what they have in Kirkering.
Right.
Like he's kind of hit or miss for me.
Hmm.
I need to see more consistency from him.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that works out in the eighth inning, and they can use him in that situation,
Yeah.
and then you're even more confident, in it that you have two. Duran's obviously the closer, but you have a go-to eighth inning guy as well. You
Oh,
know.
for sure. It definitely helps. Like, you talk about '08, right? The '08 World Series, and obviously it's a long ass time ago, but like you think about roles in the bullpen, right? Like they had was that Ryan Matson in the eighth and Brad
Yep.
Lidge in the ninth. Like they had specific roles. You go to those guys in those innings, and obviously worked out for that team. So it's
Hmm.
just like I know baseball as a whole has kind of started to go into closer by committee or it's kind of matchups and all that stuff. But I still do think like carved out roles in the bullpen is so big in baseball.
Yeah. Because I think too you don't know when you're going to pitch anyway. Like for the
Yeah.
most part, when you're not going to pitch pretty much, like when you have days scheduled days of rest and things like that. But no, I think it's still something I think as well, like across the league, there being more um, closer by committee types of situations. Um, that's a league wide trend, but not everybody has an arm like Duran. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Sure.
it actually kind of gives the Phillies they're one of maybe a handful of teams in the league that have a true ninth inning closer, go to closer now. And I think that's gonna be a big deal in October.
Yeah.
And especially for this group because they needed that. They totally needed that.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt. You still need I mean, again, you still need the bats to come alive in October.
Yep.
It's kind of been, something that's kind of hurt them in the past, but they've been hitting the ball well. Obviously, tonight's not, about to get shut out, so it's a little different. But like recently, they've been hitting the ball. So
Yeah.
I got no complaints there. And Harper just set one over the fence. As I say, the
Oh,
offense
there you
is
go.
dead. Harper drills one to right field. um, so there you go. But yeah, no, the offense don't need to be there. Like that's the thing is, in order to win a World Series, you can't just have one thing. It all has to go right for you. You have to hit, you have to pitch. Like you got to do it all. So,
Yeah.
and I will say this, like honestly, I do think the World Series is kind of wide open. Like you, if you look at the NL, let's like just let's get rid of the AL. Let's just talk about the NL for a second. Who's the juggernaut? Like everybody maybe is gonna say the Dodgers, but like they don't really have pitching. Like
Right.
the Dodgers don't really scare me. They haven't been playing great the second half of the season. Otani's now in some new scandal. I don't know if you saw that,
Yes.
but and maybe you talk about the Brewers, who I think might have the best record in the NL. But like, do the Brewers scare you? Like, in my opinion, no.
No.
Like,
No, they don't.
who in the National League are you afraid of?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Dodgers would have been the choice. There's something about I'd have to go back and look at it, but I think on deadline day, I liked what the Phillies did, but I also really liked I think San Diego's deadline. I thought they kind of made some moves to kind of uh, pull them ahead. Um, but no, I think it's a good point. The point stands. I mean, I don't think there's anyone really that scares you. Milwaukee's interesting because I think Milwaukee could match them for pitching. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's all the more reason, right? Like with what you're saying about the bats and all, they would really need to come through in a series like that against the Brewers, knowing that you're talking about two really good staffs. You know,
yeah, for
um,
sure. I just look at and maybe I'd have to like go through position by position, but like I look at their lineup and like who's in that lineup that scares you? I mean, Jackson Churio's nice young player, but like
mhm.
I don't know. I'd honestly have to look at the lineup position by position because like I think the Phillies have them when it comes to lineup,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's close.
You're talking about the
Brewers,
right?
Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers still have a good lineup. I mean, Mookie Betts hasn't had the greatest year, but he's still Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, still Freddie Freeman. Shohei, we know what he can do. Like the Dodgers lineup is very good. They just don't have any pitching.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they're. I mean, the Mets are going to be around, but like I don't think that's going to be, like you said, like I don't know if they scare you like that. You know what I mean? And although they made some key additions too. They were also looking for bullpen help. So for
Oh, hold on, Dom's here. Let me try to get him in
Oh, all right.
here. Dom, are you there?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Hey.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna do some funky things to this camera real quick. So I was for full.
Well, I can't see myself
live-
anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
That's fine. You know, when
Yeah.
you said you were gonna be on late, I'm not gonna lie. I got a little nervous because like that's when we do all of our
Yes.
pre episode, testing of your technical difficulties and shit like that.
It's, especially.
See, here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
Listen, I think I need a new wire. But
I think you did too. I think we've
I think it's a problem.
said that literally for the past like 2 years. We said we got to get you
Yeah.
in the wire, and we
Yeah.
have. They're like $10. So
I
we
know.
can figure this out.
I've already bought them. I've already bought like 10 of them.
What do you do to these wires where you've gone through that many?
They're cheap. They're cheap. So like,
I had the same wire since we started 5 years ago.
well, you have a setup. I don't. Like you have a deck.
Yeah.
And, like you're able to like keep your stuff in one spot. Like I'm all over my house usually.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, I mean I feel like I haven't been on in a while. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
So I don't know how much of this conversation you heard.
I heard a little bit about the Dodgers and the Mets.
Okay,
and-
so we basically I raised the question of like I think the NL is kind of wide open. Like I guess the question that I asked Mark and you could give me your opinion is who scares you in the National League?
I mean, so okay. Mark, I don't know if you finished your point. If you want to.
No, yeah, I was done. You're good.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Brewers don't scare me even a little bit. I don't think they have a guy that's hitting over 300 on their team.
That was
the best team
that's
in
kind of my
baseball.
point. Like the Brewers don't scare me. Mark said their pitching is really good and
Yes.
maybe can go toe to toe for with the Phillies pitching wise.
Right.
But I don't think lineup wise they're even close to the Phillies.
And also, like, I think there definitely is, and we're kind of seeing it with the Phillies the last few years. Like, I think the playoffs are just different. I think when the playoffs come, there are teams that tend to crumble, and I'm not saying they'll do that this year, the Brewers, but like historically, the last few years, they tend to crumble. And I feel like it's kind of like the Sixers, right? Like the Sixers are that team that whenever they get to the playoffs, it's like they crumble. And you have to show me before I can like actually, feel like they are something. So the Brewers don't really scare me that much right now. Also, it's August. Like, look at the Phillies last year. Like they went through a hot streak and kind of cooled off. So let's see where we are in like a month with the Brewers. The Mets don't scare me even a little bit. The Dodgers are like the only team I think that you can really like say, okay, because they've been there. And I think like you suggested it when I first hopped on, I was waiting to get on. You have Freddie, you have Ohtani.
Their pitching stinks though, but their lineup can.
They're
still
hurt. They're hurt. Everybody's dead. Like that's
Right.
that's their problem. That's why they have 75 starting pitchers. I think Snell just came back, right? I think Snell just came back. I think
I think he
Glass
did.
now
yeah.
just came back too. I don't know about the other guys. I don't know what Yamamoto, what his deal is.
He's still pitching.
Yeah.
But who's the other Japanese guy they got? I think he's close to coming back too. The young
Yeah.
guy.
And then Kershaw's Kershaw. Like Kershaw's been, I think he's like 7-1 or like 7-2, but he's only pitching like 4 innings. So the lineup does scare me because they've been there and they have MVPs and.
Although Mookie's not having the greatest season.
No, he's not. He's only hitting like 250 something, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been great.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's still the Dodgers. Like
242.
okay, I looked at it last week. It was like 250 last week, so that makes sense. But
I mean, Will Smith's one of the best offensive catchers in the game.
he's probably in MVP conversation.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman,
who's also
fine.
Freddie Freeman's like having a down year compared to like what Freddie Freeman does.
He's spent 303, but he only has 14 home runs. You expect that number higher for Freddie
Yeah.
Freeman.
Mookie's having a bad year. Tommy Edman's like that like playoff guy
fine.
from last year.
Yeah. Max Muncy is having a fine season for Max Muncy.
Yeah.
262.
That's really good for Max Muncy, actually.
Yeah, 17 home runs, 262.
He's probably like a 220 career hitter.
Yeah. Michael Conforto, who's batting 189, he's having a rough season.
He had a good start to the season, though, Conforto. But yeah, I still Andy Paz is having a really good year. He's been okay the last 2 weeks, but
278,
he's having like
home
a
runs.
pretty good year for that kind of guy.
Teoscar Hernandez, 254, 18 home runs.
Yeah, he's kind of having a little bit of a down year too. But yeah, I still think that's the team to beat in the NL. Although, I said to my wife the other night, I was just watching the Phillies. I was like, I really think they get there. I don't know if they win, but I really think they get there. If the bottom of the order can continue to do what they're doing, and the top of the order, you continue to get Hot Schwarber and Harper's hitting the ball hard, hitting the ball really hard right now. I really think they can get to the World Series, at least get to the World Series.
Yeah, I just think it's just kind of wide open.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And even in the AL, like there's no juggernaut there either.
Detroit's really good, but they're missing a star.
They're
missing a star. They have really good pitching.
Their star is the pitching. Like Skubal is one of the best pitchers in the league.
He probably is the best.
Yeah.
But somebody I work with is actually from the Detroit area. Is a big Tigers fan. So I told him, I was like, I think you guys are really missing that like star guy in the lineup. And if you guys can get that, I really think you're scary. I really do. They have the number 2 prospect now. He's from right outside of Philly, actually. I forget his name. Shortstop. But the Phillies actually selected Aiden Miller over him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but he's from right outside of Philly.
Really? I'll have to look this up.
Yeah, he I think the new power rankings just came out recently, so I think he was number 2.
Kevin McGonigal?
Yeah.
Know nothing about this guy.
Me either. It's the first time I heard about him was when they redid the power rankings. Somebody tweeted it was like they should have taken him over Aiden Miller. I'm like, it's so easy to play Monday morning quarterback. Like,
yeah.
I think this kid was like a 2nd round pick. Like, like baseball and hockey, you just like throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
I don't know anything. Where's this dude from?
I don't know if it's South Jersey or I think it might be South Jersey.
Oh no, he went to he's from Drexel Hill, PA.
Oh, okay. So Delco, yeah.
Or at least it's the school he went to. I don't know where he's actually from, but the school he went to is in Drexel Hill. So there you go. Yeah, no, but like again, the Tiger, like they don't, I don't think they're special. Like there's just the league's kind of wide open this season.
Yeah.
So me and Mark talked a little bit about the deadline and Duran, Bader. Like, if you had to give a grade of Dombrowski for this trade deadline, did he kind of do what the objective should have been?
I mean, I think he like hit half of it. We all talked in the group chat. Like, I think we all wish he kind of made that another move for an outfielder. It seems to be working for them because I think Bader is a good move. They didn't really give anything up for him of value. He's very good defensively. He's fast on the base path. Like, he's not a great hitter, but like he's probably the best, outside of Castellanos, I guess. Maybe he's like on the same level this year, not career wise, but I still wish they would have gotten a big bat at the deadline, but that's a lot to ask for, especially in these times when nobody's trading or because everybody feels like they're in it.
Yep.
But Duran, oh my God. I mean, like just the entrance alone, like it's enough for me. I can't. He's gonna blow a save here one day because it's gonna happen eventually. Like it happens. It's just gonna suck when it's at home because it's gonna be a game I go to. I bet. But
it is funny how like we kind of like our biases. Like we love the Duran entrance, but like we think the Edwin Diaz one's like dumb and corny and stupid. for the
I actually
Mets.
fuck with the Diaz one a little bit.
Do you? I
Yeah.
feel like majority of Phillies fans hate it because it's a Mets.
Yeah, because of the Mets.
Yeah, but like we love the Dorado. It's just funny.
Did you guys see what the Mets tried to do with Helsley? Like they were like,
No.
Philly thinks it's great with their entrance, and then they did Helsley's, and Helsley's entrance is like so fucking lame.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so lame.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're going out and you're throwing pure gas and you're,
Dude,
you know, you can do it. You can do it.
Is it, like, does anybody else throw 100-mile-an-hour splitter? Like I don't think that's not a thing. Like
No.
And he calls it a splinker. Like it's like a splitter and like a what's the other pitch? I don't even. Yeah, I guess. It's 103 splinker. Like we're making up words here.
It's funny. Yeah, I mean, it's just pure confidence now, and the fact that like, we don't have to worry about it for a couple of years because he signed for a few. That's also nice too.
Well, yeah, too. I obviously haven't been on in a while, but like that's another thing I wanted to talk about too is like I think so many people were upset at first, not upset, but like I was in that camp at first until I really saw the entrance for the first time. No, but, giving up those two big prospects, like for a guy that is going to pitch 70 innings a year, like it's not the most encouraging thing. But like, A, we don't know who those prospects are, and B, it's very clear not giving up those. And I think I said this in our text messages, but like not giving up those three guys, Aiden Miller, Justin Crawford, and Painter, because you want to be good after 2027, or at least try to compete after 2027. When Schwarber's either going to not be here or on a new deal at 36 or 35, whatever he's going to be. Turner's going to be a little bit older. Castellanos is going to be off the books. JT is going to either be off the books at that point or at the very end of a new contract. Like they obviously want to be good after 2027, and those three top guys do that. But I feel like they were like, okay, we'll give up Tait and who else did they give up? Abel, and they kind of felt like, well, Duran's going to be here for at least two more years after this, and then they're probably going to re-sign him anyway. They're going to try to re-sign him anyway. So like, it's you're not giving up these guys that are going to help you be good in 2, 3, 4, 5 years for somebody that's not going to be here in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Duran will be here, so I think they were comfortable with that, giving up, young guys for. A guy that's also pretty young.
Yeah, and I think we could also kind of project what like Abel is. Like I think we kind of know what his role or ceiling is.
Yeah, I think he's a 3, and that's good to have.
It's a bad best though, in my opinion.
I think that's a ceiling.
Yeah, I agree. And where like Tate, people are now saying he's probably just a DH eventually.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
I think for where they're at right now, and I understand the point you're making, Dom, and all, but I think like for myself, I mean, I just don't like when anytime something like that comes down, like in the deal comes, and we heard all the names, right? Like Painter's name was out there a bunch. Like all teams are going to ask for Painter, and a deal to get like a star outfielder or whatever it was that they were that his name would come up with. Like, oh, teams are going to ask about him, and it's like. I can't like really muster up that much energy to care about it. I mean, like once
about what?
About the sense that like I at this point I really don't care like what Abel becomes short of a high end rotation guy. 100%. I don't really care what Tate becomes.
Yeah. Can I be honest too? Since we're on the trust tree, I'm almost getting very close and not really caring about Andrew Painter anymore either.
I think it's because it's like we hear so much. The longer he's down there, the more it's gonna get like the pressure's gonna melt. You know what I mean?
Especially like I understand he's coming off the injury and like I get all that.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be the best pitching prospect in baseball or one of them. I expect you to be down there dominating. And not only is he not dominating, he's getting fucking rocked.
Yeah, I think he's like over 5 ERA.
Brutal.
So I kind of find myself somewhere in the middle of like I see what you're saying, but at the same time I'm like, I understand the other point of like, counting on him and wanting to count on him and all that. I kind of find myself somewhere in the middle because there are reports that are out there that are like they're not that they're putting him in a place to not succeed, but like he's not doing what he's I guess what am I trying to say here? Basically, what I read was that they're just having him throw like the same pitch 3 times in a row to kind of get he's throwing a lot of fastballs. Like they're trying to get his arm back into that,
Sure.
keep throwing 100 pitches and like, and it's kind of not working. I think that they wished it was working a little bit better. So I feel, because Mike, you probably feel like a little discouraged a little bit, right? Like
Sure.
you're like, wow,
Yeah.
like I really thought this was going to be better. And I kind of feel the same way. But at the same time,
because how many prospects do we hear about panning out, especially with the Phillies pitching Look, when's the last one to hit?
Nola probably.
Probably
And-
Nola.
Yeah,
And before that, like Hamels, maybe.
yeah, it just I
But
don't know.
but I think that's the argument, like that why you keep him too, like because he's having a bad stretch right now, coming off a major injury.
Sure.
When they're trying to get him going a little bit,
Listen, I'm not there yet of giving up on him. I'm just saying I'm getting really close to just not caring about him.
No, for sure. I don't. It's not even so much that I disagree. I understand where you're coming from, but like I kind of find myself somewhere in the middle where I wouldn't want to give him up for a. And I'm not saying you're saying this, but these people that are like, yeah, just they should have. I would have traded Painter for Duran if they kept the other two guys. Like I don't know that I'm there, but like, I mean, who is going to be available at the deadline for you to give up Painter? Like, would you give up Painter for Quan?
I don't,
with
yeah, I don't
two
know. I don't know.
years left. 2 years left. I mean, Quan has 2 years of control. I mean, or arbitration, really. But like, I don't know either. Like who else is out there that's worth giving up Painter for?
I'd give him up for O'Neal Cruz. I'm kidding. That was a joke. I'm not gonna get you.
I was counting to see how long that would take into this episode for that. I almost brought him up earlier, but I didn't. 'Cause I wanted to see how long you would take.
Yes.
But there's really nobody, and honestly, even realistically on O'Neal Cruz, I don't think O'Neal Cruz was really available. Like, so like I don't even think you could even sit here and say I would give him up for that.
I think he was available.
I don't think so. I don't think Pittsburgh was going to ever.
I think he was available if you were willing to give up some stupid price.
I don't think Painter was it though. I really don't think Pittsburgh was going to be like, yeah,
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't, because he's the one that puts butts in the seats, and Painter is not putting butts in the seats. So like, what do they need another?
They've been talking about trading Skeens already. Like,
yeah, but not right now. Like that's eventually going to happen. Like there was no way they were going to. I mean, I saw the reports. Maybe the deadline like earlier this year, but like at the earliest, it's going to be this offseason.
Like,
and
if you even think there's a 1% chance of trading Paul Skeens, then like then Cruz is also on the table.
yeah, but
That's why I think there was. I think that's why he was technically available. I don't think they were just willing to give him away. But
yeah,
I think
but I'm
it's gonna be
saying,
one
like,
of
I don't know
the
I don't know if the Phillies called him and said, "Here's Painter. Would you give us Cruz?" I don't know that they would even entertain it. I think it would have to be somebody a little bit more I can't think of a guy off the top of my head, but like a guy like Crochet last year, like a little bit more proven, younger, has a little bit of control, like because I think Crochet had like 2 years left of control or arbitration or something, and then they just gave him a deal to the Red Sox. But like, I think if a guy like that was available this year, yeah, maybe they would have done it. But I just don't think Painter was going to be. And like the reports that came out that they were trying to get the Phillies to take Luis Robert, like Mullins, Cedric Mullins. Like Cedric Mullins is not like you weren't going to give up Painter for anybody at this deadline. So like, I don't know. I
Would
even
you
if
have done it?
this year,
Would you have done it for Eugenio Suarez?
No, and I love Gino, but like it's not for a rental. You can't.
I
You can't keep it up for a rental.
I agree.
But like, I think I'm disappointed in the fact that Painter looks the way he looks, and we're probably not gonna see him this year. Like,
No,
unfortunately,
no.
So like, I think that's the disappointing fact. Is that like, even if he was okay, they were gonna bring him up. They're gonna, because dude, Ranger looks horrible right now, and like, what else are they gonna do?
I was gonna ask, are we kind of worried about second half Ranger? Like, it seems like this is every year we're talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, he's been. A few weeks ago, I was in New York, and I think I saw his last good start.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had a good one since then. So,
and then the 3 before that were horrible.
yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it is.
Maybe you just have to go to every 5th game. Maybe that's the.
Yeah, I think you have to be at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
all of that is concerning. I mean, and the only reason I think it's not being made a bigger deal is because like they got on a little bit of they got the Ron, and there was a lot of fanfare and hype about that. And then, they got on a little run here where they were playing well and they were hitting. So like, I mean, it doesn't Suarez doesn't feel as big of a deal, but like, you see tonight, like with the offense goes dormant and he has another outing like that. And then, it puts more eyeballs on that situation, I think, but it's happened enough times now in his time with the Phillies that you have to be concerned about it.
He gives you like 10 great starts a year. And then, after that, he's either just very average or very bad. And like, I said this last year and I said this the year before. I think his best value to this team, and especially right now that there's, 50 something games left, whatever it is, 60 something games left. Like, or no, what are they at?
Or 35, 40 games left.
I think it's 40 because the lucky number is like 42 or something. So it's like 42 games, whatever it is. Especially at this point, like put him in the bullpen. Like, I'd rather you give me an inning of everything you've got than giving me, because starters don't give you everything on every pitch because they have to work innings. I think I'd just rather see him in that bullpen, and then they're going to do that in the playoffs. Like I think,
and you have Nola really close to coming back as well.
He's
looked pretty good so far.
Obviously 4 innings.
I understand that, but I mean, you could argue that the reason why he looked so poor in the beginning of the season because he was hurt for most of that. Like,
listen, you're preaching.
I hope that's
all
the case.
people. You have all people that are preaching to the choir
about
Aaron Nola. Like, I'm a fanboy of Aaron Nola. But I don't know, man. I don't know what we're getting from him yet, and he's going to start Game 3. So he might even start Game 2. He might even start Game 2. They love the lefty righty thing. I get what you're saying.
I know, but like.
Would you put that past Thompson?
No, not at all.
Right.
But like,
I agree with you.
You look at what Wheeler and Sanchez have done this year, and I know Wheeler hasn't looked really great in the last handful of starts, but it's still Zach Wheeler in the playoffs. He's going Game 1, and Sanchez, I think, deserves it at this point.
100%. But I just know this goofy, like thought process this team has. Listen, I was against the whole platoon thing, and it's been working out pretty well. So I don't know.
With who Bader and
the outfielders,
outfielders in general,
yeah. So, I we'll see what we get from Nola, but like Rangers I think Rangers if he gives you everything in that one inning, I think and it's a shame because dude, every inning he pitches, he's just losing more and more money. It's a shame.
Oh, sure.
Because 10 starts ago, 15 starts ago, he was going to make $200 million, and now. It's a shame.
They might be able to like afford him now.
I
don't even know that I'd want to bring him back to be honest, but just because like it's the same conversation every year. It's like he just can't throw innings. Like I don't know.
He breaks down.
Yeah,
and he's hurt every year.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we could move on from that though, but So we can move on to the Eagles if you guys want to talk a little Eagles. Listen, full disclosure, I did not watch the first preseason game. I had a hockey game, so I didn't see any of it. By all accounts, it sounds like Tanner McKee looked pretty good, and that's all I got from that game.
You know what? It's a shame because this city just can't get away from QB controversy.
Of course, there's no controversy. There's
not with us. No, not with us.
By anybody, there's no QB controversy.
Man, the internet.
The only thing I'm hearing is the Eagles should hold on to them because you never know when you're going to need a backup quarterback. I haven't heard a single person. I haven't heard a single person say that Tanner McKee should take Jalen Hurts' job. Not a single person.
Not yet. Just wait.
Nobody will.
Just you wait until Jalen
unless the Eagles start 0-6, nobody's going to be calling for Tanner McKee to start over Jalen Hurts.
This is how it's going to happen, and you bookmark it. Put this on TikTok. I don't care what you do.
Okay.
Because I'm the biggest Jalen Hurts fan you'll ever find. I have like 3 jerseys in my closet. Love the guy. Love the attitude. Love everything about him. I think he's got one of the best abilities in the league. He misses 3 games every year. It's just inevitable. It happens. It just so happens it comes at the end of the year. Thankfully, it hasn't really like bit them in the ass too bad. In those 3 games that he's going to miss, or 2 games, whatever it's going to be, Tanner McKee's going to come out. He's going to ball out, and then people are going to talk. Well, should he start in the playoffs? Because that's what happens in this city. Not us. We're logical.
It's dumb. Listen,
We're logical. You know how crazy it is that I have to sit here and say we're logical?
Yes, and we are the furthest thing from logical.
Exactly.
I think it's. I think the. You know, I know we say that a lot about Philadelphia, but I wonder. Like, I think that's just something that exists to varying levels everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you're, it's like whether it's you know, a quarterback or you know a goalie in hockey. Like if you're the starter, just by virtue of we see more of you, like you know, we see more highs and lows, and things like that. We see more of like things you can't do because sometimes that's what happens. Like that's how the narratives get formed. Is like, and you know, like when you see a little bit of someone else, and you're like, oh, like you know, you start asking those questions. So I think that's something that just exists naturally in those situations.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that you said that though, Dom, and like that's totally plausible. I mean, I could totally see that happening late in the year.
Yeah.
It's happened. It's actually happened to this team
Multiple
many times
times.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And really what I think of it too is, and I kind of get myself in this thing too, like where, you know, you're like Jalen Hurts' story, his you know, being benched in college and then you know transferring and then coming to the NFL and going where they already had a quarterback that they just paid and he makes and he gets to the Super Bowl and they win a Super Bowl. Like I think his story is really cool, but I think everybody's always trying to look for that next story. And I think like Tanner McKee is that perfect like Nick Foles winning the Super Bowl. Like that was the story, right? Like I just think that everybody's like, and it's not just here, but it's everywhere. It's like we want to find the next Tom Brady, right? Like Tom Brady was that 6th round pick, not even so much the GOAT, but like we're just looking for that. Brock Purdy's a great story, right? Like I think he's a top 15 quarter, whatever. He's probably like the middle of the league.
It's more of a cute story than a good story, but
it's like the All-American story, right? Like it's like
Brock
the
Purdy
last
got
pick
so
in the draft.
Yeah, but he got so overrated.
I got you. I'm just saying, like I just think think everybody like even like Tony Romo's average as he was, like it was. You know, this undrafted guy that came in and took over for the Cowboys. Like, sure. I just think we're all always looking for a story, this story to tell. And like, I think that, you know, even when Wentz was here and they drafted Hurts, like it was like, well, let's give him a shot because it's something new. Like he might be the quarterback for the next 10 or 15 years. And now we have McKee here. And it's like, I kind of feel like people always want that, like that story.
So I agree with that, but like, and obviously this is the rational part of me, which doesn't happen often. But like,
yeah, no,
he just won a Super Bowl MVP. Like,
right.
if they lost the Super Bowl and he failed and didn't play great, all right, I could see maybe somewhere somebody's having some sort of quarterback controversy. But like, he just won the Super Bowl MVP 6 months ago. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't think there's controversy right now. I just think in like 3 months when, you know, Hurts.
And I think it'd be fucking insane.
I think it'd be hilarious.
When I was watching the preseason game, I mean, McKee did look good. At the same time, though, I mean, it was the Bengals. Like, I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? It was Bengals.
They were playing most of their starters, though, weren't they?
But like the first 2 drives, like, but he killed it the first half. Like, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't want to take anything away. He was objectively good.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying the Mike, like he only faced the, you know, the you know, first team defense once.
Yeah.
It is the Bengals, like.
Yeah, and then I mean, like, you know, on the opposite side of the ball, I mean, Jamar Chase made us rethink our entire secondary situation. You know what I mean? People are like, wow, like, I mean, but he's the best wide receiver in the league. You know what I mean? Like,
here's the argument to that though, because somebody hit me with it, and I kind of said something similar or I kind of said this was my answer to that was, but what about week 1 when they face CeeDee Lamb, and week 2 they face you know, Kansas City, and then week 3 they face, you know, it's every week there's going to be a great receiver that they face. So like, you need the best guy out there, and I want nothing to do with Adoree Jackson. Nothing. Ringo, I know he's got his issues. I'd rather have Ringo than Adoree Jackson, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say too, as a side about the Jalen thing and the quarterback stuff and all too. It was like to your point, Mike, about just coming off the Super Bowl MVP and things like that. I think one thing that might be different in terms of like a potential quarterback controversy as compared to ones that have happened in the city previously is that like Jalen Hurts is like he has this like unshakable like underlining just like heart rate never goes above, like he's just always this all the time. And I think in a city like ours it's rare to see that, but it's also like it's going to keep that other noise away, like we're at arm's length,
Yeah.
because he's not going to let it affect. It's not going to infiltrate him in any kind of way. It's not going to affect him in any kind of way. And I think that's really Jalen's best quality. Beyond just playing football and all the things he can do for you on a football field. It's just like that like razor sharp like mental focus. I think is just like he's just always unshakable, and I think that's his like absolute best quality. So I don't even think radio pundits and all aside, like I don't even think that stuff uh could like trickle into like affecting him at all or his game. You know what I mean?
we saw it at the pregame or like when they were doing like the pregame huddle. I don't know if you guys saw, but like Jalen Hurts was like smiling for
Yeah.
Tanner McKee, like pumping his team. I totally agree. Another thing too I wanted to add with like the QB controversy is like I think this city and even the media like outside of the city, like the ESPN and heads and like all these people that talk about the Eagles, I just think that, and especially in the city, I think that they want a guy that's going to throw for 4,500 yards and win a Super Bowl. Like it's just, and Jalen Hurts is not that guy. Like Jalen Hurts is just not who. And I tweeted it. It got a couple people looked at it. Like I'm not gonna say it went viral, but like I had a couple likes, and like it's the. I don't care if Jalen Hurts throws for 100 yards in the Super. I said this right before the Super Bowl. I don't care if he throws for 100 yards and they win the Super Bowl. Like it like does not matter to me how well he plays or doesn't play in the Super Bowl if they win. Like it just doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. Yeah. I'll be on Broad Street. Like you could stay home. Like it doesn't matter to me. I think that this city is dying for a guy that is the best. Clearly, like there are people that have him as the number 2 quarterback. There are people that have him as the number 15th rated quarterback, wherever he is. I think the city is dying for a guy to be a top 3 quarterback, definitely, and also be, also win Super Bowls and Super Bowl MVPs and stuff like it just, and I think that's what drives these guys out of town. And like, to me, it just doesn't matter. Like, if you're winning games, I really don't care. I really don't.
Did you say drive out of town? Who got drove out of town?
I'm saying like Joe Embiid's a good example. Like he's gonna get driven out of town because because of
no, that's on himself too. Like if he gets driven out of town, he's responsible for that.
Well, I mean, this is a whole totally different conversation.
Yeah, I agree. It's a different conversation, but like you brought up his name, so like that's
Carson Wentz is another one.
I don't know that he got drove out of town.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I feel Wentz played himself out of town.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
But it's one bad year. But that's what I'm saying is you have that one really bad year, dude. He was almost the MVP the one year. He was the reason they won the final 5 games in 2019. You know what I mean? Like I get the injuries happened, and he's a little bit of a head case.
I think that's a part of it. Though.
For sure.
I think it's
for sure
1,000% the ego drove him out of town instead of the fan base.
Yeah, but you have one bad half year. And everybody wanted him to sit. There was nothing came out that was proven to be right or wrong. Nothing came out that said that he wanted out. Nothing came out that there were just reports of opinions. There's nothing. He never came out and said, I want out. He never came out and said,
no, but there was always infighting in the locker room.
Whatever.
You had the Alshon Jeffrey thing. Like,
yeah, but that happens all the time, though. Like
does it though? Does it?
I could pull up 10 stories right now about how so-and-so.
Nobody's saying that about Jalen Hurts right now, I don't think.
No, not about Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying in sports. It happens all the time in sports.
Yeah, fine. All right, fine.
I mean, look at going into last year about how the collapse and how him and the coach didn't get along and how it happens. We don't know what is and isn't
I don't know.
true.
I don't know. people said that they weren't getting along. They maybe weren't on the same page.
Oh, that was the whole story, is that they didn't like each other.
I
Look
think
it up.
they were more not on the same page. Not that they didn't get along. I think it's two different things.
That's what I mean. It's. I personally don't think he liked Sirianni at all. That's what I took from it, from reading those articles. But these controversies happen all the time. And look, they came out and they won a Super Bowl that year. Like we don't know what is and isn't true. I think you have one bad year and you bring in a guy like Jalen Hurts you drafted in the second round, you start to get driven out of town. They drove Wentz out of town, partially, and partially it was his fault, sure. But you can't have you can't have one great year, one really solid year, and one bad year, and that I just don't think that's enough to say, because we could say that about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts in 2021 sucked. Like, he didn't get driven out of town.
I think I think with the Wentz thing too, he didn't go anywhere else and like all of a sudden like rehab that. Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like
sure.
He was
pretty
much a backup after that. And and look, I mean, like that stuff.
I'm not going to argue the ability.
If you're going to be in that position, like if you're going to be in that position, there's going to be things that come with that. And like, he could have taken that. I mean, he could have taken Hurts being drafted as a challenge. You know what I mean? Like he could have like gone out there, but he didn't feel that way apparently.
Well,
so
I'm not going to argue with the ability. I think the ability wasn't there, especially after the big injury in 2017. Like I will not disagree with you that he was the type of guy that, one play he looked like the only guy in the league that could make that throw, and then the very next play throw it into triple coverage and it would be a pick six. Like it just didn't make sense. I totally agree. The ability probably, it wasn't what we thought it was, or wasn't what we thought it was, or what it wasn't in 2017. But like, yeah, I just I don't know. I think that a big part of this city, between the whole Foles thing and going into 2019, keeping Foles for another year, and the whole city wanting him to start because they just won the Super Bowl, or 2018 rather. I think that plays a role. I think they wanted him out as soon as Foles won a Super Bowl. Like half of this city wanted nothing to do, and he dealt with that for 2-3 years.
Sure.
I think though that comes with the fact that Foles had a Cinderella, like what he did was really special. And sure. You know what I mean? And I don't think that was like, he'll be beloved here forever for that run, and justifiably so. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of how it played out. But I mean, like if you're gonna like, I don't know. I never felt that he was driven out of town as much as
I agree.
We just got to a point where it was like, hey, this isn't going to work.
Yeah,
like,
it had to be over.
I think
they had another option.
I think there's somewhere in between that. I think there's somewhere in between what I'm saying and what you guys are saying. I think that it was a combination of things. I really do. But I think that's also part of it. Like, I think if they would have said to Carson Wentz, and, all right, you're going to be the keys for one more year in 2021, he may have sucked. But I think that this fan base, because of how poorly he played in 2020, like, they were the ones that said, they're calling every day to the radio station. They're tweeting every single day about.
Yeah, but if they didn't have the young quarterback and Jalen Hurts behind them, I don't think anybody's calling for that.
I totally disagree, because they did it for Nick Foles for 2 years. He wasn't the young quarterback.
Fair enough.
So they did it with Russell Wilson too, when they were going to trade for Russell Wilson the year before they actually tried to trade for him. I don't know. I think it's a combination of things. I think he just didn't play up to what they expected, and also the fans drove him away. Also, they gave him a contract, and then he played like shit. Like, they clearly wanted him here, right? Like they paid him after he got hurt against Seattle. So, God, my throat's like all dry. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a combination of things, but I think it happens all the time. I think people, athletes here get driven out all the time. Ben Simmons, rightfully so, but
Ben Simmons ran himself out of town. What are we doing?
I think by the ability, yes, but yes. I'm saying no, but I'm saying it happens in many different ways.
And not even the ability. It's that he didn't want to put in the work either.
No, I hear you, but I'm saying I think it happens in so many different ways. I don't think it's just one way that guys get driven out of town. He comes to a city and doesn't do something, and the whole city gets on him, and you go a little crazy. Like, I get it. Like, I have anxiety too. Like, it's a thing, and like that drives you out of town. Like, those are the things. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
but I
he
don't think
rightfully
that
so
is a
should have been
fan
driven out
base
of town.
driving him out of town.
100%. It's 100. It's
No,
all the same thing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We sat here and talked about how
No,
great
no.
it was in that one series, and then both of us wanted him
It
gone.
wasn't his choice to leave because the fan base was getting on him. The Sixers had no choice but to get him the fuck away.
He didn't
from
show
this
up. He didn't show up because
still-
the fan base was driving him away. Yes, factually.
I disagree.
You can disagree, but it's factually he didn't show up because he was afraid to become, because he's afraid of the moment. That's being, he got driven out of town.
That's
for
a
that.
him problem, not an us problem.
I didn't say it was a problem to drive him out of town. I just said it happens in different ways. Does it not? James
It
Harden
can.
was driven out of town also.
I think
That
I
one is
think
probably more fair.
using the term driving someone out of town, I think is a loaded term, and
Yeah,
it
it's got
insinuates
many different
that.
definitions. Many different
It-
definitions.
But I mean, it insinuates that like someone is doing something as a vehicle, like to get them like out of here. Like sports talk radio and all these other things, like that's their job to pick that apart. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And pick those athletes apart. And I mean, so many of them are like, they completely shield themselves from that kind of stuff. And I mean, like, this is a big market, and and like, we have notoriously tough fans, and that's just like, that's what you sign up for when you come
No,
here.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
You
I
know,
totally agree with that.
But
It's a tough city. It's. I'm not saying some guys don't deserve it. I'm just saying there are different definitions of driving a guy out of town, and I think some of these guys have been driven out of town. To say it doesn't happen here is just not right. I mean, it's not. And you're incorrect. It happens. It just happens in different ways. That was to Mike, not to you, Mark. Mike said it doesn't happen here.
I just don't think it happens as often as you say.
I didn't say it happens every year, but it definitely happens more than you think it does.
I think that all or most of the examples you gave, I think were the players themselves leaving because they had to, or the team had to.
No,
move on,
if Ben Simmons played for the Memphis Grizzlies, he probably still plays for the Memphis Grizzlies today. Like, it's unfortunate. Like Mark said, it's a tough town to play in. We want the best of the best. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying
I think they would have. I don't think it would have mattered in that situation. Like in Ben's situation, I don't think it would have mattered where he played. Like, I think
it's possible.
If he was coming, and I mean, that happens all the time when players hold out and they're like, yeah, we're not playing for whatever litany of reason they're giving for not showing up. That tends to end in, the only way it ever ends, whether it's via trade or they cut the person or whatever it is, it's like they end up going somewhere else. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that's usually just what happens in those situations. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's on those guys. I think it's ultimately on the
I'm
on
not.
the athlete.
I hear you. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying it happens. That's all. It happens here and there. We're not. I understand the Eagles have a great culture. The Sixers don't even talk about culture, but I understand. Even the Flyers to a certain extent, like, still have a decent culture because like they're able to keep Travis Konechny for however long. He's Sean Couturier, like these guys that have been here for a long time, like. And the Phillies the last few years have had that culture. I get it, but like, you have to play obviously, but at the same time, like it happens. It does. It whether it's for different reasons. Ben Simmons has different reasons of leaving this town than whoever else you want to compare it to. But like, it happens. Like I do think Carson Wentz and Ben Simmons are both examples of both. They did not perform, and this city and their organizations were finished with with what they were able and not able to do, and they were driven out of town. I think both could be right.
We agree to disagree.
Perfectly fine.
One thing that we kind of barely we didn't talk
Doug
about
Peterson
yet.
is another one. Sorry, he's on my screen right now. But like,
I think that's fair. That one, I'll give you that one.
like it happens all the time.
I'll give you Doug Peterson.
And I wanted Peterson fired. I wanted Sirianni fired. But like, Sirianni was almost run out of town. Last year, I wanted him fired after week 3.
Sure. Why hasn't it worked with Rob Thompson, huh? We all want him gone.
Well, not all of us can be good managers. So
They're going to fire Rob if something doesn't go to plan this winter.
it's a big year. It's a big
And
year.
If the Yankees fire Aaron Boone, they're going to
No, I'm
hire
good.
Aaron Boone.
I'm good. I'm good. I'll go.
Why don't you
root
like
for
Aaron
the
Boone?
Royals.
What's the deal with Aaron Boone? Why don't you like him?
Have you seen him manage a baseball game?
Yes.
And they're going to do the
If
whole.
you hate Rob Thompson, you're
Yes.
gonna loathe.
Yes.
And they're going to do the whole local thing.
Yeah,
And his father played here.
he's a
and
diehard Eagles fan.
yeah, that's where I'm calling it now. Also, Mike, make a clip of this for the TikTok as well.
All right, yes. Sounds good. We'll do. So one thing we kind of haven't talked about yet is it seems like the crisis has been averted with Landon Dickerson. Doesn't seem like, bad news. A minor surgery week to week, hoping to be ready by week 1. And even if he's not, maybe be back by week 2 or 3, which is good news. He's not missing this year. People thought maybe ACL, things like that, but it's not as bad as they thought.
The meniscus. Mike, do you remember when I tore my
From playing co-ed
quad?
softball? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They checked
You were
my
feeling like a
meniscus.
fly ball and you tore your meniscus.
It was not.
doing
It's
this.
even worse. It's even worse than that. Mark, have you ever heard this story?
No.
So I'm playing left field, which is okay. So like left
Again,
field
this is co-ed soft pitch, slow pitch softball.
underhand slow pitch. Yeah.
Yes.
So left field, in baseball historically is like your worst fielder, right? Like,
Yep.
or one of your worst fielders. Like you get, but in co-ed softball, like it's got to be one of your better fielders. I'm a decent glove. I'm not great. I have a decent. I can't run. I'm not. I zero speed. But because I have an okay glove, they had to put me in left field because everyone was just hitting nukes like to left field. It was so bad that like we had to put a guy in shallow left and deep left at one point, but that was like before that game. So we're playing a game, I'm playing left field, and somebody hits a line drive over the third baseman's head down the line. Me thinking in my head, oh shit, you're like Ken Griffey Jr. out here. I try to cut the ball off before it I put in another step, I kicked it into gear.
Yeah.
I tried to cut off the ball and I heard a pop in my leg.
Oh no.
And I got to the ball. I only a double. And they had to move me to first base because we didn't have anybody else to play. So they had to move me to first base. Dude, that game we played with, we were short a guy already. We had to play our third baseman had to play shortstop and third,
Wow.
which we should have just gotten rid of the second baseman and had a second. He made the first or the second inning. He made all 3 plays at shortstop. It was crazy. But anyway, yeah. So I wound up going to the hospital. They have me in a wheelchair, and the first doctor tells me, "Yeah, this is bad. We're gonna need to do surgery. Like, you tore your quad.
Meniscus.
Like
I thought it was
quad.
meniscus. No?
Meniscus is the knee. It was in my quad.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, that's what he said. He said it could be your meniscus. Like this is really bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to go to rehab. Like physical therapy, all this stuff."
All the dramatics.
It's going to be
Yeah.
really bad. And I was like, wonderful. I go see the next doctor. She's like, yeah, it's probably not that bad. She's like, let's go do like some tests. She's like, and the next doctor will come talk to you. The last doctor comes up. It's a woman. She comes up to me. She slaps my leg. She said, did that hurt? And I go, not really. She's like, get up. And I got up and I started walking. She's like, go home. And I was like, but it hurts. She was like, yeah. She's like, life hurts. And she's like, get out. So I was like, all right, great.
A doctor,
I swear to God.
to your face, called you a pussy.
Pretty much. In every word that she could say without saying that word, she literally slapped my leg. Dude, it was. They had me in the hallway. They didn't even have me in a room. They had me in a bed in the hallway. She came up to me. She punched my leg. She's like, get up. And I was like, all right. And she's like, walk. And I was like, great. She's like, go home.
Rub some dirt in it, sweetheart.
Swear
You'll
to
be
God.
fine.
Swear to God.
So what was it? Was it like a deep bruise or?
No, she said you probably did tear it. She was like, you probably did tear it a little bit because it
Uh-huh.
does hurt me still. Like when I do something like because I used to bowl every week and it would hurt me a little bit like at the end of the night.
This was only like what 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, probably.
2023, yeah, yeah, the spring of 2023. So yeah, a little over 2 years ago. And like every once in a while, if I do something like really like physical with it, it starts to ache a little bit. She's like, you probably did tear it a little bit, but like she's like, she literally told me, she's like, go home. She's like, we can't do anything. She's like, what are they going to open you up and just like give you a couple like stitches in there, like or like patch it? She's like, it's just not these days. She said it's not even worth it.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
So, all that, how does that relate to Landon Dickerson tearing his meniscus or whatever he did?
Because I thought that because this first doctor said, yeah, you probably got to amputate your leg, like
Right, yes.
because they said it was your meniscus. They were like, it's probably your meniscus. Meanwhile, the meniscus is in the knee. This was like next to my hip almost.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you probably tore it so bad that like the meniscus probably came. I'm like, what? Yeah. But yeah, so I all in all that I understand what Dickerson's going through. I can't even say it with a straight face.
Yes. Those are clearly the same thing.
Yeah, clearly.
That was very. I mean, that was a scare for sure. I mean, like
without a
seeing,
doubt.
Yeah, when the doctor told me that I was going to lose my leg. No,
we're not talking about you.
I know.
And just like for a, like they do those open practices now. It's like it's like these are like huge events, and to see the cart come out and all that, it's just like, man, like that's just. And they have had like in recent seasons here, like I mean, obviously with a championship victory last year and all, like, and I think Tom, you said it earlier, like you obviously have to have a little bit of luck to get there, and I think they've had a pretty good clean bill of health lately. So, that was a sigh of relief for sure that he was going to be fine there, because they need him, they need him on that line. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's out, they got like me playing guard. Like that's bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like all you look at like the line from last year, and you already lost Becton obviously to free agency, but then like you'd be down Landon Dickerson, who knows how long. Like that's two guys from a really good line last year. It's like how you replacing that?
And I know the guy that they traded CJGJ for, Kenyon Green. I know there wasn't like a ton of hype around him, but like he got hurt too, and like if Dickerson's if he got hurt and it was a serious thing, like that's another guy, Kenyon Green, that is going to be out for a little bit. So it is a sigh of relief. No, it just shows you too, like that dude is tough as nails. And forget about this injury, but like he was going to be a first round pick probably, and he got hurt in college. And I don't know if you guys remember, I think he tore an ACL or Achilles or something, and they said he was going to miss like a good portion of his rookie year. And he played week one. Like he was way ahead of schedule. This dude is tough as nails, and like it just proves. Like Mike and I have said it on the show a million times. Like especially when Bryce Harper was hurt, and like he had the Tommy John. Like they are built different. Like these pro athletes are not built like us, and they're built different. And like they obviously have the best, doctors and team and health, healthcare and all that. But like normal people don't heal like that, and like he's definitely one of those guys that's tough as nails and just heals really well. And he might not have a very long career, but like what he's going to do in it is already impressive. So he's one of my favorites. So I'm happy he'll at the very, very least be back, week 1 or 2, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. Are you guys got anything else before we get out of here?
Well, I wasn't on the show. Really quick, I wasn't on the show. I don't know if you guys talked about it. I'm still mourning the death of Ozzy Osbourne. So
we did not talk about it.
No, we didn't.
I'm still listening.
Okay.
So yeah,
I was never a big Ozzy guy.
Gone on since like the last time all three of us have been on. Like Ozzy dies. Martone goes to Michigan State. I haven't been on that long.
That's true. It has been a while, but I don't think
I had COVID last week. What?
Did you? You did?
Yeah.
Interesting. I know.
Like today's like the first day I'm not like nasally.
I didn't know there was testing for that. To be honest.
Well, I got to do my part, Mike.
Yeah, I guess. Did you watch? We talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. Did you watch Happy Gilmore 2 at all?
I did.
Your review, real quick, before we get out of here.
I liked it for what it was. Like, it's not like people think it's like The Godfather 2. Like, not think, but like people were expecting it to be like this great movie, and I thought it was really good. I'd watch it again. I think if you're going into expecting it to be as good as the first one, like,
To be fair, like me and Mark talked about it a couple weeks ago. To be fair, the first one also wasn't good, but we all love it. Like,
it's not a great movie, but like I think it's a great comedy. It's a great comedy.
Yeah, agreed. This movie, there was a little, some funky shit that happened in the last 10, 15 minutes that, like, I probably could have.
Sure, I felt like it. Listen. I didn't love. If I wrote it, I think I would have done something a little differently. But like, it's
So now you can write better than Adam Sandler, is what you're telling me.
honestly at this point, I'm not going to deny that.
Okay.
But no. But
You're as tough as Landon Dickerson and as funny as
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
I quote it, put it on a T-shirt.
Yes.
Click it, clip it. You know what I mean? Like, put it out there. You said it, not me.
Right.
No, I liked it. I do agree. Like the end was like very rushed.
Yeah.
Dude, the mom dying in the first like 5 minutes, hated. That's the only.
Yeah,
thing
I didn't like
hated.
that. I didn't like the whole plot either.
But yeah, so I thought it was decent. I'd watch it again. I love the cameos. Bad Bunny was incredible.
Great.
Um,
Scheffler was fucking great too.
yeah, all of them, dude. And Deschambeau and Kepka hate each other in real life. I guess they don't anymore, but like they had like a real rivalry, and like it was really cool to see them on TV together or on a movie together. Yeah, Scheffler going to jail was amazing.
So good. It's great.
But yeah, no,
he's like, oh, not again.
Yeah. I actually laughed out, like legitimately laughed out loud to that. What else was I going to say? Oh, real quick, bring up Adam Sandler. I saw somebody asked me today, who had the better run and rank them? Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, in their prime. I have my order.
Well, I'm trying to think of like I was never the biggest Jim Carrey fan, but like when you think of run, what are you thinking? Like Bruce Almighty?
No, Bruce Almighty is probably the end of it.
The end of it.
So like Liar, Dumb and Dumber, and
I didn't love Dumb and Dumber. I just didn't.
Oh my gosh,
I didn't love it.
It's like a top 5 comedy ever.
I didn't love it. It was fine.
Ace Ventura probably.
Yeah, Ace Ventura's probably in that. Yeah,
that probably.
Yeah, that's in there. The Cable Guy's in there.
I would probably go Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey.
See, I'm the opposite. I think Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah,
Over
Jim
Sandler,
Carrey, Will Ferrell, and Sandler. I think Sandler just does the same thing in every movie.
Sure.
It's like the same formula. It's the same script. It's like he's this loser who has a hot wife or girlfriend and like or tries to get the hot wife girl.
But it works. You play the hits.
For sure. And I loved Sandler run. I think he had the longest run of the three of them. Yeah. But like it's just he's the same character and everything. It's kind of Jason Bateman's the same thing for me. Like he plays the loser who like whose wife cheats on him and everything. Like it's but it works for that guy. Like that's just their thing. But I think I have Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, and I love all three.
I think that's my exact list, Tom. Yeah, I would have that same.
I was never the biggest Jim Carrey fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that Sandler has more than both of them, but I think both Ferrell and Jim Carrey's movies are just better.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the Jimmy Rollins Chase Utley thing. Rollins did it longer, but Utley's prime was like probably a little bit better than anything.
I did like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Big Daddy. There's more I'm forgetting right now, but Mr. Deeds, like Little Nicky, it's just so good.
Yeah, I love Sandler. We've talked a lot about Sandler on the show. Big Daddy's, I think, the only one that actually really has like any kind of
substance.
Yeah, no, I mean I think he has movies that has substance, but like
Click.
Click's really great. It's a good movie. Like I said, I think Sandler has more movies than those guys, like more movies that people like. I just think that those other two guys have movies that like are just heavy hitters.
Fair enough.
But I think Big Daddy's like the only major heavy hitter. I love Billy Madison. I love Happy Gilmore. I love, The Waterboy. I love those movies. But like I just think that they're not, Ryan Howard 2006.
Yeah, but did Jim Carrey have one of those? Like which one?
Dumb and Dumber.
See, I didn't like Dumb and Dumber.
But
And I'm in the minority. I totally
right. Like it's
yeah,
it's
I
a
totally
it's
get
a yeah. Like Ace Ventura, the
Ace
Cable
Ventura's
Guy.
good. Yeah, I never saw the Cable Guy. I never did.
That's Judd Apatow and
Yeah,
Ben
yep.
Stiller.
I knew
Ben
that. I've
Stiller,
never seen it.
yeah, Ben Stiller I think directed it. But
Like, I thought Bruce Almighty was fine. But you're
Liar
saying it's kind of,
Liar.
tail
Liar,
end of it.
liar.
Liar Liar was pretty solid. Yeah.
Fun with Dick and Jane was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
But yeah, Andy Kaufman. Who? What's that movie?
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon. Yeah, that's like it's just the Grinch.
Never
like,
saw that either. Yeah, yeah, but I don't even put that in. Like that's I don't know.
Yeah, I get you.
And like what? And what do you think? Will Ferrell? Like what movie? Like, what era are you thinking? there?
Anchorman. Step Brothers.
Yeah.
What do you call it? The one with Owen Wilson's brother. I can't think of this movie. Jeremy Piven.
Oh, Old School.
It's Old School. Like
Old
Old School's fucking great.
It's incredible.
I just watched that like last month.
Yeah.
I was looking for something to watch. Turned it on. It's so good. I love it.
It's amazing. That really set off the comedy thing. Like
Even Farrell's appearance in Wedding Crashers is hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
Iconic.
great.
Have you guys ever watched what's his name? Danny McBride's show? Kenny
Yeah.
Powers.
What is it?
His name's Kenny Powers in it.
Are you talking about Eastbound and Down?
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell is fucking hilarious, and he's in it like a couple episodes. Like he just pops in and out. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure.
Elf. All three of them have Christmas movies, so don't even or holiday movies. So,
You can't call 8 Crazy Nights a Christmas movie.
right, it's a holiday movie.
It's a great movie though. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorites. Mark, have you ever seen 8 Crazy Nights?
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, okay. Talladega Nights, another one.
Talladega Nights is a movie that it pops on TV all the time, and I watch it, edited, unedited. I do. It doesn't matter. I watch it.
So good.
Laugh the same as if I saw it the first time. Like I'm seeing it the first time as well.
It is a great movie.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
All right, you got anything else, Tom, that you want to talk about? Before
no,
we get, that's it. Just the movies.
The other guys. Sorry,
Yeah, I didn't like the other guys all that much.
I didn't love it, but I have
It's
to rewatch.
It's Wahlberg too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved the other guys.
People tell me all the time, like you're crazy. Like my brother-in-law is a huge comedy guy. We talk about. He's like, you have to watch the other guys again. I was like, I watched it when it like first came out. I was like, eh. And no, I haven't seen it since like 15 years ago. So he was like, you have to watch it again.
It's like me, like everybody, you included, think I'm insane for not liking Step Brothers. Like I thought Step Brothers was just like okay.
It's amazing. Step Brothers is amazing.
I got to give it another shot. It's not gonna happen tonight because it's too late. I'll give it another shot this weekend, maybe. All right, we're gonna get out of here. That does it for this week. We'll see everybody next week. Like us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube as well. We're gonna get out of here, and we will see everybody next Tuesday. See you then.